Scorpio, welcome to your weekly reading for April 4th to the 10th. We're going to be taking a look into the energy of the mind, body, and spirit, as well as relationships with a closing message from the universe. So please remember that these are general readings. They may not resonate with everyone. However, if they do resonate and you wish to have a personal reading, you can contact me at oracleintuitions.com. And don't forget to watch our live show. Now, we usually do have them on Wednesday nights, which would be tonight, if you're watching this on the day that this is being created. However, if you've been watching the last little while, my partner on the show, Brandon, has been moving, so he's still setting up his apartment, getting Wi-Fi, getting everything kind of in order. So we are going to try to have a live show this week. If not, we will be back next Wednesday. So make sure that you've clicked the like, the subscribe, and the notification bell so that you will be notified when we do go live. So let's get into it and let's see what's coming through for Scorpio. All right, for the mind, so when we talk about the mind, this is going on internally, okay? This could be the mental space. And it talks about Midnight Prince. Ask for what you want and be honest. Interesting energy. All right, for the body, which is external or things that are going on around you possibly, we have the Green Man's Door, portals to Fairy, Wheel of the Year, Galactic and Gaian entry points. And from Spirit, we have Seared to Fly, the right moment, sensing out the right timing. Okay, so it feels like you have a move that you want to make in some way, Scorpio. Now, this could have to do with relationships. It could have to do with career of some sort. But what I'm getting here, it's like you're waiting for that the right time, as it's saying with this card here, okay? But what I'm really getting here is it feels as though, especially with this Green Man's Door, okay, I'm really getting here that for some of you, it kind of feels like there's a change that you want. Maybe this is a change that you've been a little bit scared to take an attempt towards. And again, it could have to do, with relationship, career. Maybe you want to take a step forward within your career some way. Maybe it's perhaps towards a relationship that you didn't think that you could have, or maybe one that's beyond past relationships in some way. With this Midnight Prince, it's saying here, especially within the mental space, I really feel that you're ready now to take a step towards what it is that you truly want, as opposed to maybe perhaps something in the past that you've been willing to accept, or something that you've just allowed to happen. I feel like for some of you, it almost feels, especially if it comes to relationships, it kind of feels like for some of you, you may have just stepped into relationships. Maybe they were, seemingly created for you in some way. But I feel like now that you're ready to really take a step, you're being honest with what it is that you're desiring, what it is that you're wanting, what it is that you want to bring into your energy field at this time. And again, that could have to do with any aspect within your life, but it really feels as though you're kind of waiting, all right? And it's saying here with Spirit, Seared to Fly, the right moment and sensing out the right timing. So it does feel that for some of you, I do feel this energy that there may still be a little tiny bit of work that you need to do in regards to the honesty of what it is that you're really wanting. Sometimes we think we want something. Sometimes we think we want something to be a certain way. And then when we really open up, when we really allow ourselves to get into that place of accepting, all the things that feel really, really good to us, that's when we know that we're ready to take that step forward. And I feel like for some of you, maybe you've already taken that step forward towards what it is that you really want. But I do feel for some of you, there may be still some energy work that you need to take a look at. I am getting also with this Green Man's Door, I do feel that for some of you, this could be within your immediate energy that's going on. And I mean like people that you are interacting with, more or less on a daily basis. I do feel that for some of you, there's a little bit of energy here that you kind of know isn't right. Okay, especially if they're trying to push you into a relationship, or especially if they're trying to, push you towards some sort of career or whatever it is. Again, it feels like there might be external energy coming through that you're looking at and you're like, that might be what you want, or maybe you think, you and I should be in this relationship, or, whatever it is. But I feel like for some of you, you're really you're in this place of like, I have to make sure for myself. I'm not ready to go with things that are just pushed on me or things that just appear at this moment. They might appear, but I don't know if that's really what I want. Okay, so I do feel that there's still some energy work that needs to happen here. And again, going, straight into that absolute honesty needs to happen. So let's get some clarification and see what's coming up. We're going to be clarifying these cards. Oops, I missed a couple. Hang on a second. Clarifying for Scorpio. And I feel like one more needs to happen. All right, clarifying for Scorpio. Yeah, we have the Prince of Wands. I do feel like you're ready for something new. Now, this doesn't need to be a new person. It could be a new energy towards a relationship. For some of you, it could be enhancing the current relationship that you already have if you're in one. But it also could be bringing a new energy into a relationship that maybe perhaps you previously dismissed, or maybe perhaps, you just weren't sure if it was quite ready yet. I do feel some sort of new energy, or you're ready to expand in some way, some sort of new, maybe even just feeling about it. Okay. In the past, maybe, you weren't being honest with yourself. Maybe in the past you weren't being honest with yourself in regards to relationship. And now that the energy field has changed, you maybe even took a step back from something. It feels like you're ready to take a step forward again, but bringing in a new energy. We also have the Death card. So, it's interesting. We have this card because it was like I was saying, first of all, Scorpio, this is your card. Okay. The Death card represents that transition. All right. That transitional phase. And again, I do feel like there's some sort of new energy that you're wanting to bring into something that maybe perhaps in the past you dismissed, or maybe perhaps in the past you felt, wasn't in your normal field. Okay. It's kind of like, maybe you repeated patterns in relationships before and you're done with that. And now you're ready to bring into a new energy, maybe even into a past relationship, or maybe into somebody new. I mean, that's going to depend on you. But I do feel like there's a transitional stage that's happening here in some way. We also have the Six of Coins. So it's interesting because, we have this card here which talks about the right moment, okay? Sensing out the right timing. And I feel like for some of you, you're really ready to express in some way something towards perhaps somebody. But again, this is about sharing. Okay, so maybe you're ready to now express, you're ready to share, because you do know that it's going to be reciprocated in some way. Maybe perhaps somebody else is just waiting, but it has to do with the right timing. Maybe in the past it wasn't quite the right time to express something, or it wasn't the right time to come forward in regards to a situation of some sort. And again, whatever aspect this falls within your life. But I do feel that you're, once that energy comes through, there's going to be this sharing of the communication. So this could be, sharing of, we have the Pentacles here. So this could have to do with actual money in some way, or maybe perhaps, some sort of material items. But it can also have to do with that communication, okay? A more grounded energy towards something that you have been seriously putting some thought into. All right. So let's get some more clarification. And this is going to be things that we need to either focus in on, or maybe some shadow work that needs to happen. So let's see what's coming through here. I am getting a very strong energy though, Scorpio, that even though you might be waiting for the right time, I am getting this energy here that whatever you're deciding to share or perhaps exchange with somebody, whether it's communication, whatever, it will be reciprocated. This will be positively reciprocated, simply because you did allow yourself to go through this transitional stage of whatever it was, or this transitional stage of allowing yourself to be honest with what it is that you are wanting. Okay. All right, let's see what's coming through. So the first, love. Can't make this up. I really do feel like for some of you, this has to do with a relationship. Maybe you're ready now to express love. Maybe you're ready now to, head into a relationship that is going to be strong, is going to be what you have been perhaps seeking in the past. Maybe, giving it towards the wrong people. It doesn't need to be romantic love. This could even have to do, with friends or family or coworkers, or just a love in general towards, the universe, the world, whatever. Maybe it's even self-love, right? However it resonates with you. But I am getting here that, again, a transitional stage. So maybe before in the past you weren't ready for a balanced relationship, one that was truly, not only give, but you're ready to take, like you're ready to receive, but you're also ready to give. And it just seems like there's an energy here that's changing, or perhaps, shifting in some way. Maybe in the past you had particular ideas about relationships, or it has to be this way, or, maybe even perhaps you just sort of fell into relationships, not simply because what you were truly wanting, but again, they just happened to be there, they just happened to show up, or somebody needed something and it just fell into a relationship, or maybe you needed something and it fell into a relationship. And I just feel like now you're ready to take a step forward in something that is going to be very grounded, full of that unconditional love, but in a way that is going to be healthy and positive. Or maybe you're just in that relationship now and this was a transitional stage from the past. So again, take it as it resonates for you. We also have the have faith. So I do feel that for some of you, this transitional stage has been a little bit difficult, okay? Maybe for some of you, again, you were in this phase of, is this really something that I should do? But it's coming through to be honest with yourself, right? To be honest with yourself. And we also have this green man where I kept feeling that, there could be people within your immediate, and when I talk about immediate, this could be somebody already living with you. Maybe this is somebody that's, trying to make a play for you, whatever it is. Okay. But it just feels like for some reason you're like, it doesn't feel right, or maybe perhaps it needs to be coming in a different way, or maybe I need to get into a place where, I have to see if I can accept it. I get for some of you, you're not getting a lot of personal time, or maybe perhaps you're not getting that time to really, do some thought work on it, but it is saying here to have faith. It feels as though this transitional stage that you've been going through, it's saying have faith, not only in the love that you're feeling, or the, cherishing of what it is that you're feeling, but I do feel that it's have faith while you're going through this transitional stage. You will know the right things to do. You will know what is right for you. And that's what I keep getting. We also have here victim consciousness. Yeah. I do feel that for some of you, you've either been the victim of other people's victim consciousness, or perhaps you've been in victim consciousness yourself, and that didn't really allow you to make those right choices. And this could be why this timing is coming through as well. Make sure that you're not in this phase or this stage, or you're not coming at it from a place of victim consciousness, or that somebody else isn't coming at you from a place of victim consciousness before you make a step ahead, okay? And again, it has to do with timing. I really keep getting, with this green man's door, I do feel that for some of you, you may feel obligated, like maybe I have to go into, whatever this is that somebody perhaps is offering, or maybe I'm feeling like, I felt like this last week, but I'm not really feeling like this week, right? But I'm getting like somebody might be pushing something upon you and you're not quite ready for it. And again, I did feel like this is in your immediate field, okay? So this could be, family. It could be, maybe perhaps a partner in some way. It could be a coworker. It could be somebody that you work with. It just feels like somebody that, it almost feels like they're pushing their ideas upon you, and you're not, you know that this isn't the right thing for you, and you're waiting for that right time, to make that move towards what it is that you're truly wanting, not coming from it at a place of victim consciousness. I do feel that for some of you, you might even be hesitating about moving forward towards this love because of past victim consciousness. You might have been in this place of, oh, nothing works out for me, or they said this and I feel sad, or whatever it is. When we play the victim within energies, that's not the way to come at from things, okay? Just because, somebody said something the wrong way doesn't mean that you get to be the victim, right? Just because maybe perhaps you or somebody else did something, right? You don't just walk away from it and play the victim. And this is what I'm getting, and that might not resonate with everybody, but I do feel it for some of you, all right? So let's take a look into relationships and see what's coming through. Now, remember that relationships do not need to be romantic. They can be friends, family, co-workers. They might be a relationship with yourself. They might even be a relationship with spirit in some way. So let's take a look and see what's happening. First card coming through. We have express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Again, I really got here coming from a place of honesty, right? Like this does feel like it's time to make a move, but make a move out of honesty and towards what it is that you're truly wanting, okay? I feel like for some of you, there is a relationship that you've been, thinking about wanting, maybe perhaps, desiring, but you're maybe scared to make that communication. And it feels like now is the right time, whether it's you making that expression of love, or maybe perhaps somebody is coming towards you to make that expression of love. But it does feel like, again, it's coming from a place of honesty is what I'm receiving. Second card, new love, a new person. When I'm getting new love, I don't know if for everybody that this actually has to do with a new person. What I am getting, again, is going back into the new energy, okay? It feels as though there's a new energy, maybe perhaps with somebody, from your past, or maybe perhaps somebody that you have been thinking about. It doesn't need to be a new energy. For some of you, this may resonate, but I'm really getting it's more about the energy bringing new, because we also did have that Page of Wands coming through. And I really get here because of the fact that you've been in this place of really coming from that energy of knowing what it is that you want, how you want to change things, maybe coming at it from a different angle, maybe perhaps just coming at it from a place from your heart. It feels as though there's a new energy that you're trying to bring through. And again, for some of you, this could have to be with a new person that's making an appearance. And it also talks about very soon. Look, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you. I cannot make this up, guys. What does it say? Be honest. Clearly decide what you want. And then allow the universe to either bring it to you, or you will know the right timing of when to express it and when to move forward and when to make this a reality for yourself. All right. So let's get some clarification and see what's coming in. So we had, I'm just going to put these here, whoopsie, as reference points. All right. Let's get some clarification. I do get, for some of you, again, from the past, it just feels like you kind of fell maybe perhaps into relationships without doing a lot of serious thinking, or perhaps somebody in your immediate field is trying to push something on you that you're not ready for. There may even be somebody else on your mind. And I kind of feel that for some of you, it's saying to you, look, you know what, just because somebody's pushing their energy on you doesn't mean you have to take it. Right? If there's somebody that you're, desiring or wanting to make that move for, it is the time to either express it, or that right timing will come when it's coming through. Again, you're going to have to, make a play or look into your heart and then move forward in that manner. But I do feel that there's hesitation. I just keep feeling there's hesitation towards something within your immediate field. All right. All right. And I just feel like one more shuffle. Let's see what's coming in. All right, we have abundance. Keep a positive mindset. Manifest exactly what you want, and gratitude and bliss. Again, it feels like the more positive that you come at this, instead of being in that victim consciousness, this is going to bring about what it is that you're desiring. All right. We also have self-indulgence. Focus on self-worth, time to heal, do the shadow work, just as I said, and self-appreciation. I do feel, because, especially as I just said, there was victim consciousness that was coming in through here. I do feel that for some of you, you may get stuck into that energy of victim consciousness. It's like, they said this, or somebody did this, or blah, 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 whatever, whatever stories we like to tell ourselves. I feel like the energy work is needing to heal this. Maybe before you make a move forward, or before you decide to look for that new relationship, or maybe before, however, whatever this is, or maybe before you decide to completely express, your desire towards somebody, or waiting for somebody. If you're waiting for somebody to come to you, clearing off this victim consciousness is going to change the energy in general, because even though you may not be directly with them, people can feel the energy of others, right? We're all connected. So this might be something that you would just want to work on in general. We also have here the Phoenix. Oh my God, I cannot make this up. Look at this new phase. It talks about rekindle, renew, transformation, growth, and change mind. Again, I do feel that for some of you, it's almost like this, for some of you, you might be changing your mind in regards to a relationship. It almost feels like maybe in the past you thought, oh, it's never going to be this, or it's never going to be that, or whatever it was. But it almost feels like, again, this transitional stage. And we already did have this death card, come through. And the Phoenix very much represents that death card, where things are transmuted, things go into a stage of transition. They move, right? The energy changes, and it brings about something beautiful and new. And I feel like for some of you, it's that matter of expressing that newness towards a relationship that can change things and make them stronger, and maybe make them something that it is that you've been wanting or desiring for quite a while. But again, we got to come from that place of honesty within ourselves, right? This is going to be the most important thing, is be honest with ourselves. So let's get some closing messages and see what's coming through. Closing message from the universe for Scorpio. Closing message for Scorpio. All right. Will of the Wisp. Hidden treasures, or treasures hidden in the shadows. I actually think that I kind of want to take a look at this card and see what is coming through here. So number 62. Just give me 1 second. Of course, it's the page that gets stuck, right? Treasures hidden in the shadows, the great mystery and an epiphany. I actually really love this. Will-o'-the-wisp hovers in her luminescent glory above the twilight moons of your life, whispering for you to step into the fog, into the mystery, the unknown. You may have been visited by her before, but though intrigued, you refused her invitation. It would be safer, you decided, to remain on the journey you know. While you have always had a choice as to whether to follow her or not, you never know when you're going to encounter her again. In this sense, turning away has had its own consequences. Why is the known so appealing? It's only when you wake up to its restrictions, its soft prison or golden cage, that you realize that there must be more. Will-o'-the-wisp has come to you once again to offer you magic, but you have to sacrifice certainty in the pursuit of adventure. Your comfort zone for the dangers of discovery, your well-trodden path for the detours that may very well lead you astray, or will they? Can you accept that losing yourself will bring you closer to your true self? So here's the thing, all right? This is exactly what I had said earlier, right? It feels as though for many of you, you sort of fell into a pattern. It feels like, especially when it comes to relationships, it even could have to do with career. Again, whatever aspect it lands in. But what I'm getting that for many of you is, you know, somebody kind of appeared, maybe somebody needed help. And so through that help, you ended up in a relationship with them, but it wasn't really the relationship that made you happy. Maybe in the past, you know, there was excitement or lots of sex or whatever it was, and you ended up in a relationship, but then once you got to know them, it really wasn't the relationship you want. It feels like for some of you, you have followed the safe route. It's like, okay, this person's here, I'll fall into a relationship with them, and then you discover this isn't what I really want, this isn't what I really desire. It feels like for some of you, and again, you know, it could have to do with career, it feels like for some of you, there's something that you have been wanting, you're intrigued by it, you want to explore it, you want to follow it, but you've taken the safe path, okay? But that's not being honest with yourself. Taking that safe route isn't being honest with yourself anymore. And it feels like you have to step into the shadows in order to, you know, to figure out what it is that is really making you happy. It's time to really be honest with yourself, and it's really time to allow that transition. So I hope that this has resonated with you, Scorpio. Thank you so much for watching. Again, don't forget to click like, click subscribe, click the notification bell. Have a great week. See you next time.